to NPS Now, your source for news and information about Norfolk Public Schools. I'm your host, Karen Tanner, and with us today is two Granby seniors, Amelia Jolie and Ann Dorsey. Welcome, ladies, to NPS Now.
Thank you.
I am happy to hear that you guys are graduating and there's something special about the two of you. You're friends.
Yes, we are. We've been friends since
fourth grade.
Wow, I'm waiting for her to finish your sentence here.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Wow, so how did you two connect?
We went to the same middle school, and when I moved here from Ohio in fourth grade, she was the first person to kind of reach out and welcome the new kid.
Yes. It was actually more my mom than me, I guess. So she said, hey, I've got this girl I want you to meet. She's going to the same school as you next year. And well, the rest is history. So.
Wow, and you both share something special between the two of you this year. You've been recognized on a national level. And I'll start with you first, Ann. You recently received a national award. What award was that?
I was just selected as a presidential scholar. And I was selected, they choose a boy and a girl from each state. So I am the girl from Virginia, and there's actually 3 from Virginia this year. It's really special because they have a few extra spots.
So how did you get selected for this?
The nomination process is actually based on SAT and ACT scores, and they identify you through that process. And then you have to fill out a very long application with several essays and a lengthy teacher recommendation sheet. And once that gets submitted, they choose some semifinalists, and then from the semifinalists, they choose finalists.
What were some of the essays like?
The essays, I actually really liked them. There was one that asked about how we're involved with the community, one that asked about a change that we had encountered sometime in our lives that posed a challenge. And with that, I talked about going to high school and switching from a really small school to a much larger school and meeting all the new people all at once. And there was also a few essays about what, academic success and how that influenced our high school career so far. And my actual favorite was where we got to write about a teacher who had most influenced us and had the biggest impact on our education career so far. And I liked being able to do that and kind of recognize the teacher who meant so much to me.
Wow, so what does this presidential scholar give you or do for you?
Well, this June, we get to go up to DC and get recognized in a ceremony, the medallion ceremony, and we get to go around DC, see, of course, some of the sites, and in addition, we're meeting a lot of different politicians and social activists, various public figures, including I actually am going to try and meet with some of our congressmen while I'm up there.
Oh, that's exciting. And you have also been recognized, Amelia. What's your award?
I'm a National Merit Scholar.
So what is that
The original thing is based on your PSAT scores from the fall of your junior year, and that's how they select the semifinalists for this. And then to become a finalist, there's an application like Ann filled out with an essay and teacher recommendation. And from that, they choose the finalists and the scholarship recipients.
So what made you decide to apply for this particular scholarship?
It was interesting. When I took the PSAT, I was taking the PSAT mainly to prepare for the SAT for college applications. And it was in the back of my mind, there's also this scholarship attached to it, but I didn't really know so much about it until I was notified that I was a semifinalist for it.
So is there a monetary attachment to this award for you?
There was a scholarship from the National Merit Scholarship Corporation, but also many colleges know that the National Merit Scholars are students they'd like to have. So I'm going to the University of Oklahoma, and they give very generous scholarships to National Merit Scholars.
Wow, so what are they going to give you? You know yet?
Yes, it's almost a full tuition and scholarship to the University of Oklahoma.
Woohoo, aren't you excited?
I am. It's very far from home, but it's going to be an adventure.
Oh, wow. What you going to major in?
I think industrial and systems engineering.
Wow. What about you, Ann?
I'm going to Caltech in the fall, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to major in chemical engineering, focusing on biomolecular applications, but I'm also thinking about physics.
So how has Granby High School prepared you two ladies?
The IB program at Granby High School, I think, is what has prepared us the most for college. The teachers, especially in the IB program, are absolutely fantastic. I haven't had a teacher who I really don't like in my 4 years in high school. They know that the IB students are a group of students who are so interested in learning, and they help us to achieve so much in our classes.
Who motivated you? Go ahead.
One person who really motivated me, who actually, the teacher I discussed in my national merit, now I'm starting to.
I got national
She
merit.
got national merit. I'm a presidential scholar. Share a brain and all that. I talked about my teacher, Miss Raskovich, and she was my chemistry teacher junior year and my physics teacher freshman year. And she really had a huge impact on my decision not only to go into chemistry in college and study that, but she was really looking out for me and helped me get some extra opportunities outside of school. Last summer, I worked for Norfolk State University doing some research in materials science with the people there, and it was just wonderful. And I wouldn't actually have been able to do that without her help. She helped me contact them and set that up a little. So it was a really nice thing. And as Amelia said, all of our teachers are just fantastic, and they've just all had some major contribution to, I'm sure, each of their students. And so it's really hard to actually just pick just one.
I agree so much with Anne. I've had Miss Raskovich too for physics and chemistry this year, and she's so excited about teaching us, especially chemistry. She loves teaching chemistry and is always willing to explain. I'm sure I must get annoying because I ask 1,000 questions. You know, why does this work? How does this work? Why exactly is this the answer? And she always just keeps explaining. It's wonderful.
Great. Sounds like you guys have had a great senior year.
Yeah.
What advice would you give a rising senior?
Start your college applications early.
So much. And also to stick with it. There's a really, really strong urge to just, you find out what you're doing sometime around either January or March, depending on if you're, have applied to colleges or if you're looking at other options. And so you see, it's only like 4 months to graduation. I don't have to do anything.
Yes,
but
you do.
Yes, you do. You should probably keep doing your work, because there, you have to resist the senioritis and keep doing your schoolwork and actually, try to continue to participate.
Great. Well, it's been a pleasure having both of you on the show.
Thank you.
And good luck to you in college, and congratulations on your recent accomplishments.
Thank you
so much.
We want you to stay tuned for more NPS Now.
Welcome back to NPS Now. I'm Steve Sutmiller, Senior Coordinator of Athletics. Today we have two special guests here in the studio. Two student athletes from Booker T. Washington High School, Chantel Lynette and Karina Gooding. Welcome.
Hello, thanks for having us.
All right. Student athletes, that's a big responsibility. And you two have been very fortunate to gain a scholarship to what college?
Virginia Union University.
And Karina?
Virginia Union University.
All right, package deal, we like it. So, Chantel, what position do you play?
I play pitcher and third base.
Okay, pitcher and third base, and then Karina?
Catcher in center field.
Okay, catcher and center field. So, during your high school career, did you start as 8th graders playing at Booker T on the JV team?
Oh no, I started 9th grade
Ninth
on
grade.
varsity.
All right, so from 9th grade to now, it's a journey.
Yeah.
And you were able to impress a college to offer you an athletic scholarship, which is very impressive. So tell us a little bit about what you do for Booker T. We know you're the pitcher, but what's entailed in that?
Well, I'm a good student and also in hitting. So me and Karina usually are the best hitters on the team, so we
Okay.
get everybody around.
All right. Well, in softball, I know pitching is the spot to have to be a successful team.
Yeah.
How's your team doing this year?
We're doing pretty good. Right now we're playing in the playoffs to be able to go to regionals this year for the first time.
Okay, and that's a big accomplishment. Karina, the catcher, again, the number 2 spot on a softball team, and very valuable because you have to handle her and with all her with the speed of her ball coming in, which is crucial. So tell us about catching and tell us a little bit about your play.
Well, catching, it's really not, I mean, you have to really like call her pitches and, be able to throw the ball down. You have to be very smart behind the plate.
Okay, all right, that's good. I mean, it's a critical position. Chantel, we'll go to you. How does it feel to sign that scholarship with Virginia Union?
I was excited and nervous, but
Okay.
mostly happy that I
Right.
finally got a scholarship to play softball, the favorite sport I love playing.
All right, again, you've put in a lot of time with it, so that's a reward. But part of college, and the number one thing you're going to college for, is academics. Have you decided on what you may major in?
No, because when I wanted to major in, they don't have it. I wanted to do sports medicine, but they don't have that, so I'm looking into finding something else to do.
Okay. Karina, how about you? Again, academics is number one. That's why you're going to college. What about you? What do you think you're going to major in?
Music.
Music, okay.
Yes.
All right.
I love music. That's what I want to do.
All right. And how did you feel about signing that scholarship to Virginia Union?
Very excited.
All right. Excited is an understatement. I know your parents are probably thrilled to death with the scholarship that you gained. So again, from them, I know they're very appreciative of what you've done. So, all right, Karina, what were some of the struggles and some of the adversities that you might have come across to gain that scholarship?
Definitely my attitude. I did not have a good attitude at first, and I'm willing to get past that. And with my attitude changing, my game changed and helped me get to where I am now.
All right, good. Chantel, how about you? Any struggles, any adversities on that way to?
I couldn't get my SAT score I needed, but I finally got it. So, and then like sometimes I have an attitude if I don't get the pitch called a strike and it looks like a strike to me, I'll get upset, and I'll have little facial expressions. But I got to control my facial expressions more because it makes the umpire upset, and then it's really not going to work out anymore. So
right.
I control that a little bit.
Good. Karina, again, you've been playing baseball, softball for a number of years. Are there any special coaches that you'd like to recognize, and anybody that's helped you get to the point where you are?
Yes, my first baseball coach, Coach Adam, and Coach Chris, and Coach Benny. He got me over to switch over to softball. And Coach Kelly and Rodney, they were my first travel ball team coaches. And Coach Chrissy and Coach D, high school, and Denny.
All right. You had a number of people helping you, it sounds like.
Yeah.
That's great to have. You always need that support. All right. How about you, Chantel? Who's helped you along the way?
Well, my mom, she's the one that taught me how to pitch until I started taking pitching lessons. And then my mom and dad coached me all my life. And then Coach Eddie, he brought me into travel ball when I was 10. He first started me out. And then Coach Todd, he was a good coach too. He gave you the toughness and let you know that no matter how good you are, he'll sit you. So you have to act right. And then Coach Jenny, she is the one that got Virginia Union to look at us.
Okay. All right. Not only have coaches helped you, what about some of your teachers at Booker T? How have they guided you in terms of making sure that your academic work is being done and to qualify for a scholarship? Karina?
Definitely Mr. Matt Millen. He is always on me no matter what. He always used to talk me into doing good things, because when I first got to Booker T, it was just crazy, and he helped me through.
That's great. Chantel, how about you?
I'd probably say Miss Ackerman, because she helped me out a lot with my SAT and making sure I didn't give up and trying to get the score that I need. And Miss Shreves, she kept pushing me and would call me all the time and text me and keep wondering what my score was, and she would check up on me and make sure I was doing good.
Okay. All right. If you didn't know this now, you're a role model, both of you, for student athletes that are playing at Booker T and all across the city. What advice could you give an aspiring athlete that wants to get that college scholarship? Chantel, put you on the spot first.
Well, with me, I would say don't give up because, like I said before, I couldn't get my SAT scores, and I felt like I wasn't ready for college or I didn't want to go anymore. But then I kept trying, kept taking it and studying, and I finally got my score, and
Great.
I didn't give up.
Karina?
I would say, like, never give up, and hard work always beats talent.
And that is very true. Girls, you got the playoffs coming up. We wish you good luck. We hope you can get that big win and qualify for the regions. As you said, Booker T hadn't been there in a while. It would be nice to see you in the regional playoffs. So good luck.
Thank
And
you.
thanks for being here. More NPS Now after this.
Welcome back to NPS Now. With us today is John Coleman, Executive Director for High Schools. Thank you, John, for joining us on NPS Now.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, I know this is a busy time of year. Graduations are right around the corner. I'm excited for graduation this year. I have a senior, so I know you've been busy as being the Executive Director for High Schools. But first, we want to get to know you. You're new to the district. Where are you from, John?
Originally, I'm from Ellendale, North Dakota. That's where I grew up and where my undergraduate college experiences were from. But I've been an East Coast person ever since.
Oh, wow. So what are some of your experiences? Where have you worked in the past?
I have worked as a teacher in New Jersey and in Florida before coming to North Carolina. In North Carolina, I was a teacher for approximately 11 years. And then I went into administration, was an assistant principal for 5 years, became a principal after that at the elementary level, middle school level, high school level. And then from there I became, I worked with our central office with school improvement before retiring in North Carolina. However, I was not ready to stop working and working with kids and working with educators, and so I looked for new opportunities and found Norfolk, and Norfolk found me. So
Wow.
I've been here this last school year, and I've loved every minute of it.
Now, what did you teach when you were a teacher?
I was a science teacher, so I taught biology, I taught physical science, I also taught a little bit of chemistry.
You sound like you have a long vita. I'm listening to assistant principal, school improvement. How long have you been in education?
I have been in education now for 35 years.
35 years.
Mm-hmm.
So how many years was it before you retired?
Well, I had 28 years in North Carolina. However, I had, in the North Carolina system, I was eligible to retire and get credit for 30 years. And so I had, the 28 years plus the years in Florida and New Jersey get me to that 35 number.
Wow, so what's inspired you to be in education?
A number of things. You have to go way back in my history again, but my mother was a teacher. In fact, she was my teacher for business classes. She taught me typing.
I bet that was exciting.
It was great. It's probably one of those courses that has carried me for my entire life in terms of whether it's on a typewriter at that time or whether it's on a computer now. It's been a great experience, and so I thank my mother every day for those experiences. Maybe not while I was in her class, but ever since then. And then in addition, while I was in college, I really thought I wanted to go into a medical field and had kind of started in that direction. But then I took some summer jobs like college kids do, and I ended up being a camp counselor, teaching swimming and water skiing and canoeing, and found that I really loved working with kids. And as a result, I kind of changed my direction, and that's the combination of the two is what led me to teaching. So I took the science, medical side, and then followed through with the teaching side to become, a science teacher.
Wow. So why did you choose Norfolk Public Schools after retiring?
Well, as I said, I was eligible for retirement in North Carolina. Was kind of encouraged, to go that pathway. However, I knew that, I'm healthy and I enjoy what I do. And so I was looking for other opportunities. And so You're looking at Virginia, South Carolina, were potential opportunities. But Virginia is where I'd spent some time. I had been to the Norfolk area before, particularly with the Navy, because I have an interest in water. And so as a result, I saw the job openings here and said, looks like a good fit, and applied, and the rest is history.
Wow. Well, we're glad to have you. And a lot of folks didn't get to know you because this is your first year here.
This is my first year, and I hope to stay a bit longer.
Great. We're great to have you. So graduation, like I said, is near. We have so many seniors ready to walk across the stage. What type of diplomas are we giving out this year?
Well, in the state of Virginia and with Norfolk, there's several different kinds of diplomas. The majority of our students will graduate with a standard diploma. And with a standard diploma, you have to have 22 credits, and you have to have 6 of those credits as verified credits, or they're tied to SOLs and passing the SOL exam. So that's the majority of our students. We also have a modified standard diploma, and that is for some of our special ed population. Some of our students that, based on a certain disability, might have trouble graduating under the standard diploma practices. And as a result, through their IEP process, there's some adjustments might be made to be able to get them to graduation appropriately. It's certainly not a watered down curriculum or watered down process at all. However, it is appropriate for students with disability. And then we also have the Advanced Studies Diploma, and that is for those students that go above and beyond the 22 credit diploma. They might have the 24 credits in addition to 9 of the verified credits. So it really goes above and beyond, and they get that advanced distinction with their diploma.
And we have a lot of exciting accomplishments that have happened with our graduates. What do you think about these scholarships and these great awards our students are receiving this year?
Well, they're absolutely awesome. We have excellent teachers and we have excellent students. And as a result, they're being rewarded for that hard work that they've accomplished, not just their senior year, but all 4 years to get them to this point.
How many graduates do you think we have marching this year?
We're going to have close to 1,600 seniors that will graduate. Maybe just a hair less than that, but that's the number we're looking at.
So when are graduations happening?
Graduations take place on June 16th and 17th.
17th.
We have 2 on the 16th in the afternoon, and then the other 3 are on the 17th. So it's an all-day process, but it's a very rewarding experience, not only for us, but especially for the teachers and the students and the families.
So all of the juniors right now watching this program today that are going to become rising seniors, what advice would you give them over the summer to get ready for their senior year?
Well, juniors have just completed a difficult year. In my opinion, the junior year is sometimes the toughest. Going into their senior year, they've got to make sure they don't let up.
Okay.
That as they're going into their senior year, they now have to have that focus on completing what they have to complete to graduate. At the same time, they're looking ahead at colleges. They're making those college visits, and we want to make sure that our kids don't get ahead of themselves, that they balance that process with making sure they keep up with their schoolwork, their attendance, and all of the things they need to do in terms of making themselves eligible for scholarships, applying, and following through with all of those processes.
Well, John, it's been a pleasure meeting you. I hope folks got to know you, so when they see you, they're like, oh, he's high school director. Great to have you, and thanks for the tip for the students, and hopefully they'll be reading this summer and working summer jobs, hopefully, too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Balance is the key.
Balance is the key, that's right. Thank you for joining us. We want to thank you for watching NPS Now. It airs weekly on WNPS, Channel 47, or you can watch us online at www.npsk12.com. And if you have any interesting story ideas or information, you can email us at npsnews@npsk12.com. Again, thank you for watching NPS Now.